Friends, very good morning, all of you. How are you? So today we are going to start with our new batch for November 2022. Students appearing for CA intermediate exams in November 2022. Okay, so today we are going to start with paper one, that is accounting. So shall we start with the introduction? Shall we start looking at the contents and what are all the chapters that we have in the syllabus? So let me share my screen. Okay, so look at it. This is our beautiful ICAI website. And if you look at it, this board of studies, they have completely changed the user interface. I really liked it. So this is, the new page. This is study material applicable for May 2022 examination onwards. That means today we are on 24th July 2022. Results of CA intermediate came 2-3 days back. Now we have started our next batch. But this is the latest material available. It is not for May 2022. One two students asked me, Pavan sir, there is only study material for May 2022 in the portal. What about students who are writing in November? Beta, please read it carefully. It is not study material for May 2022. It is applicable for May 2022 onwards. That means till the time they come up with a new material, this is the latest material we have. Plus another thing is, accounts is a subject, where you cannot see major changes or amendments every time. Okay, so maybe sometimes what happens, they will delete one chapter, they'll put it in advanced accounting, or from advanced accounting they'll put it in accounting, or maybe from CA intermediate they'll put something in CA foundation. Like that it happens, but there will be no amendments, except a new accounting standard is released. So you don't worry about it. Even if you're writing exam in 2023 or 2024 also, more or less accounts will be same, because I have been teaching for the last 15 years, and before that 3 years, 4 years of my CA. That means almost 20 years I have been living with this syllabus. So more or less it will be same. Don't worry about it. Okay. So look at it. You can, the mandatory things are: one, you need to have a new notebook. Two, a scale and pencil. Three, a pen. Four, most importantly, calculator. Okay, so if it is a physical class, we can monitor you. If it is a online class, whether it is recorded or live, what happens is, at the many times students will be very relaxed. Okay, I really do not know whether you are lying down, you are sleeping, or you are looking at, just you are listening, or you are hearing, or you are attending. I do not know, but please, for your own, for your own benefit, follow the protocols, be formal. Okay, even if you are attending this recorded class or live class, online, offline, physical, whatever it is, you should be very formal, disciplined, strict while attending the class. So have a calculator. It is not just like, the lecturer is writing something on the board and you are observing it. No, you are not here as an observer. You are a student. Okay, so have a new notebook and prepare a table with serial number, chapter. Okay, serial number, chapter. I'm not going to write it. I'm not going to waste the time, because anyway it is available there. So look here, chapter 1, introduction to accounting standards. We have this accounting standards from 1 to 29. Okay, but we do not have all the accounting standards in between. For example, accounting standard 6 is not there. Accounting standard 8 is not there. Okay, so these are merged with some other standards. But basically, we have up to accounting standard 29. Not all the accounting standards are relevant for CA intermediate students. 2 deleted and 3 or 4 of them are not applicable at your level. For example, accounting standard on accounting for associates, accounting for joint ventures, these are not there. So the remaining whatever standards are there, say approx, let us say 25 accounting standards, they are divided between group 1 and group 2. That means in group 1 you will have some accounting standards, and in group 2 you will have some accounting standards. So basically in group 1 you will have easier accounting standards. My observation, first generation accounting standards, like you say, accounting standard 1, accounting policies, fundamental accounting assumptions, then accounting standard 2 inventory, then cash flow statement, these kind of things, basic accounting standards are there in group 1. So that is your chapter 1, which has approx 20% of weightage. That means in the exam, 20 marks you can expect from accounting standards. Okay, more or less, maybe it can be sometimes 10-15% either side, but definitely you'll get 15 marks to 20 marks. Then the second chapter is framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements. This is pure theory. Many students do not read this. At times faculty asks the student to do this as self-study. There is a reason. This framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements deal with basic definitions, like for example, what is an asset? What is a liability? When a provision is to be created, what is the reserve? What is the meaning of equity? Okay, then what is the meaning of revenue? What is the meaning of expenses? What is the meaning of cost? What is the meaning of profit, net income? So this is basically understanding accounting vocabulary, or what we call nomenclature. This is very important. But at CA intermediate level, surprisingly, the same chapter is there in CA final also. Framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements is there in CA final also. And more surprisingly, in intermediate, we do not teach this, but in CA final, we teach this. CA final FR, I teach this also. Why? There is a huge difference between the meanings as per accounting standards era and as per Ind AS era. You do not have Ind AS in your syllabus, though, they have given one chapter. Every time in RTP, they are giving Ind AS is not applicable. So even from the next, for the next attempt or subsequent attempts also, I'm telling you, unless they completely issue a notification that Ind AS are applicable for CA intermediate, let me tell you, Ind AS will not be asked at CA intermediate level. They will be excluded. In every RTP, they'll say they're excluded, they're excluded. Okay, because it is not easy game. So this chapter 2, framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements, at final level is more important because that is Ind AS era. But here, from your 10th class or 11th class, you have been reading what is an expense, what is cost, what is capital expenditure, this kind of stuff. So that is the reason normally lecturers do not deal with that. Let us see, based on how we approach towards the completion of syllabus. Based on that, if required, we'll discuss about this. Otherwise, I will ask you to do it yourself. Then the third one is actually accounting standards. First one is introduction to accounting standards. Okay, so basically they'll tell you what is accounting standard, how accounting standards are developed, what is the role of ICAI in developing accounting standards, what are international accounting standards, who will release international accounting standards, what is IFAC, International Federation of Accountants. So all this history will be there, process, procedures. Okay, and then they'll speak about the applicability. Then they'll speak about in third chapter, unit 1, they'll speak about the applicability and level 1 enterprise, level 2 enterprise, corporate, non-corporate. So all this stuff will be there, which is actually not accounting, which is core accounting is there. Accounting standards deal with recognition measurement principles. This is something peripheral, something roaming around. Then chapter 3, unit 2 is accounting standard. So you'll start AS1 in chapter 3, unit 2. Before that, the whole thing is theory. Okay. So many a times I have seen, even probably I also might have done this. We will straight start with chapter 3, unit 2. Okay. Then we'll start with accounting standards. So this is your module 1. Module 1 is, when you register for CA intermediate, you'll get textbooks now. So for accounting, you'll not get one big textbook. Rather, you'll get 2-3 modules for all the subjects. ICI started giving these modules 3-4 years back. Before that, one subject, one book. Okay, now you have multiple books, module 1, module 2. So in the second textbook, the initial pages and all you can leave for financial statements of companies. Very, very, very important area. It deals with the 2 things. Okay, one, P&L balance sheet of a company, then cash flow statement of a company, unit 1 and unit 2. So in unit 1, you will see how to prepare P&L and balance sheet based on schedule 3 requirements, because company, for sole proprietor or for partnership firm or for a society, you do not have a form and content of financial statements. So conventionally, you can prepare balance sheet in T shape. You can say liabilities left side and assets right side. So like that you can do, but for a company, you cannot do that. For a company, it is a mandatory rule that you should follow all the requirements given in Schedule 3 to the extent applicable to you. Okay, and there are proformas for accounting standards applicable companies. There are proformas for companies where Ind AS are applicable, and consolidated financial statements, standalone financial statements. There is ocean full of information in Schedule 3. So in Unit 1 of Chapter 4, you deal with P&L balance sheet. Of course, need not to say notes to accounts, disclosure requirements, all these things will come. Unit 2 is cash flow statement, and then one annexure is there. Annexure is nothing but the proformas published in our official gazette, which form part of the Companies Act. It is given in annexure. Annexure you need to read maybe once to understand the contents, and you need to just memorize the proformas. All the other parts of this annexure, that is not that necessary. I'll tell you what is important, what is to be read, what is relevant for solving problems and all. I'll tell you. Don't worry about it. Then 5th chapter, this is a cakewalk for you, trust me. Profit or loss, pre and post incorporation. Now say for example, you started a company, you incorporated a company. Before you receive the certificate of incorporation or certificate of commencement of business, technically whatever it is legally, before you receive the certificate of incorporation in specific, you have done some business and that has given some profits to you. You cannot treat it as a revenue profit because it is not during the life of the company. It is pre-incorporation. So which is, in the nature of capital profit. So that is the reason you need to cut profit between what is profit prior to incorporation, what is profit post-incorporation. Okay. So this will not happen during, all the years, during the subsequent years. It happens only initially when the company is incorporated. Okay, and trust me, these are basics. You teach this to 6th standard, 5th standard boy also, he'll be able to do everything properly. So no worries about this. This is one. Then next one is accounting for bonus issue, rights issue, another easy area. So when the company publishes their financial statements, presents their financial statements to shareholders, they have two options. One is normally they give dividends, right? So these dividends are called cash dividends. Sometimes company is in profit, but they don't have cash. Possible, isn't it? Or company has profits, company has cash, but they don't want to give cash to shareholders. Why? Because they have investment opportunities. Like, imagine Reliance Industries or Infosys kind of companies, which are into huge profits, but they have expansion plans also. So when the expansion plans are there, they do not want to distribute cash to shareholders. Now, shareholder might be disappointed. Shareholder might say, dear CFO, you have taken money from my pocket, you invested that in the company, you generated profits, and you're not giving back. This is cheating. So sometimes what companies do is they will issue bonus shares. These are called stock dividends. So cash dividends means you will receive dividends in cash, returns in cash. Stock dividend means you will get free shares, bonus shares. So when the company issues bonus shares, what are the legal aspects to be looked into? What are the advantages and disadvantages of issuing bonus shares? All these things will. Then rights issue. Rights issue, as you know, you might have studied in law. These are, new shares issued to the existing shareholders, maybe at a little price lower than the market price. That is accounting for rights issue. That also will. Next 7 is redemption of preference shares, which is actually easy thing. This, buyback of shares and redemption of preference shares, more or less, they are same. But redemption of debentures is very, very, very important. There are so many, I don't say complicated points. There are so many folds which you need to understand. And also recently there are changes. So we'll study as per the amendments. Okay, so this is redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures. So if you look at, this module 2, module 1, if you look at it now, module 1 is completely accounting standards, isn't it? Module 2 completely company accounts. Though they have not mentioned that module 2 is company accounts, it is common sense, right? So it is company accounts. Everything is about a company. So that is module 2. Module 3, other aspects, traditional accounting and few other aspects. For example, Pavan sir, there is a sole trader who is not maintaining proper books of account because he doesn't know He doesn't know debit credit system. He doesn't know, how exactly P&L balance sheet are to be drawn. So poor guy, he is maintaining some accounts in raw, rugged manner. This is called single entry system or incomplete records. So from that incomplete records, how can I prepare P&L balance sheet? That is called accounting for incomplete records. So that comes here, chapter 14. Next, coming from chapter 9, initial, let us start with module 3 from the beginning. Investment accounts, which is very easy thing. Accounting standard 13, we will see here. Very, very easy accounting. Then probably many lecturers, they start classes with investment accounts because it is easy. Then insurance claims for loss of stock or loss of profit. This is also easy accounting. Maybe students will little difficulty at the end of the chapter, the complicated problems and all, but absolutely no worries. Close your eyes, I'll take you through. Okay, so this is basically, you have a factory or you have a go down, you have some stock in your business premises. Because of fire accident or because of something, there is damage to the stock, there is damage to the premises, there is damage to the buildings, because of which you are unable to perform the trading activities or operations, and it resulted in loss of profit as well. So it is loss of stock and loss of profit. How to calculate insurance claim amount? Okay, so that we'll see in chapter 2. Chapter 11 is about hire purchase and installment sale transactions. So basically, it is, to big extent, it is hire purchases. Traditional accounting, when I studied CA intermediate, whatever I studied 15 years back or 16 years back, today you are studying the same thing. So this is a typical traditional accounting. So in case a company purchased a lorry on hire purchase system, a company purchased a lorry on installment system, how the accounting should be? There are two parties. One party is selling good on hire purchase, another party is buying goods on hire purchase. Hire purchaser, hire vendor, we call. Okay, so we need to learn the accounting in books of both the parties. How the accounting will be done in this guy books, how the accounting will be done in this guy books. So that we'll see in chapter 11. Then chapter 12, department accounts. Very interesting thing. Probably, if you allow me to say, I'll say that this chapter 12, departmental accounts is there. No, this is the beginning of actually consolidation. But you will find it more like, costing. In costing, in overheads, if you have already attended costing classes, there will be some common overheads. Like, for example, say rent. You're paying rent. Okay, and one of my friends is running a supermarket. Okay. Interestingly, you enter the supermarket, first there will be a fruit stall. That will not be inside the supermarket, that will be outside the supermarket. So outside supermarket, one fruit stall is there. Juices, they sell the juice, they sell, this fruits also. So the moment you enter inside, it is a supermarket. And interestingly, once you cross supermarket, there is a restaurant. And these are three different departments now. These are three different departments. So imagine you paid rent of 1 lakh rupees per month. One portion of rent should go to this fruit stall. One portion of rent should go to supermarket. One portion of rent should go to the restaurant. Isn't it? How shall we apportion it? How do we prepare P&L department wise? So this department, how much of profit is this department is giving? This department, how much of profit it is giving? Like that, we do accounting. But trust me, theoretically, we learn all these things. The syllabus and the lecturer will torture you. This will appear in exams left and right. But in reality, how we do the accounting is completely different. Okay. So system will take care of it. When you have an ERP will take care of all these things. But you should know on what basis you have to allocate apportion expenses between department 1, department 2, department 3. That we will learn in department accounting. You understand? And also, I can give you one simple example. When you are studying CA Inter, you might have joined one academy. Okay. And in this academy, there is CA foundation class, there is CA intermediate class, there is CA final class. Okay. Now imagine if you are owner of this academy, one fine day you got one naughty idea. Okay. It's actually not a naughty idea. It is a good idea. So one day you call your accountant and you asked, hey, what is the total profit of my academy? He said, sir, it is 45 lakhs. In this 45 lakhs, how much is coming from foundation? How much is coming from inter? How much is coming from final? He said, I don't know. Can you calculate it and come back to me? Then he has to do departmental accounts. Or let me put it this way, think about it. In this academy, they are having CA classes, they are having ACCA classes, they are having CMA classes, they are having CPA classes. So your total profit is, say, for example, 1 crore. You want to know what is the profit my CPA classes are giving to me, what is the profit my CA classes are giving to me. Isn't it an easy example? Then you need to do departmental accounts. You understand? So your life will be easy when you are spending money towards one specific vertical. Say, for example, you hired one faculty. He is taking CMA classes. You paid 1 lakh rupees to him. Accounting is easy. But there is one manager who looks after all the things, and you paid 1 lakh rupees salary to him. Now it is not easy thing, it is not direct cost. So from this 1 lakh rupees of administrative salary, some portion should go to vertical 1, some portion should go to vertical 2. Verticals are basically departments. That we learn in departmental accounts. Then accounting for branches, including foreign branches. This, is one step ahead towards consolidation. So in group 2, you learn consolidation, and the basics of consolidation you learn here. Say, for example, I am running a company and my head office is in Mumbai. I have branches in Chennai. I have one more branch in Hyderabad. I have a branch in Bangalore. So when I prepare financial statements, I have to prepare financial statements that include the financials of all the branches also, not just at the company head office level. So this is, branch accounts. Individually, how much the branch earned is one aspect. How to consolidate that with the head office accounts to show one common P&L is another aspect. Then, Pavan sir, what if I have a branch in another country that is called foreign branch? You need to apply AS11. So according to AS11, there are two types of branches, integrated, integral, or non-integrated. So all these things we'll see later. Don't worry about it. Easy accounting, no complications at all. Then 14, as I told you, it is accounts from incomplete records, single entry system. With this, your syllabus is over. Now, I'll give you homework to do. Sir, you have not even started class, introduction class itself. We are giving homework, sir. Listen, normally I don't give more homework. I'll solve majority of the questions in the class itself. But today I'll give you one homework. What is the homework, In ICA website, there is one document called weightage. You need to search the document and you need to understand more or less. It is not necessary that ICA compiles question paper like that only. But you need to know roughly, at least with some good approximation, some reasonable accuracy, what is the weightage of this particular topic in the exam. So if I am learning redemption of debentures, probably will it come for 6 marks? Will it come for 4? Will it come for 8? Like that, you should know the weightages, and the weightages document is there in our ICA website. I'll give you one shortcut. One short and cute PDF is there in our Telegram channel also, subject wise. Okay, either you can look at that or you can learn from ICI study material. So this is our session 1. Okay, we'll continue the regular classes from tomorrow. Okay.